Have you ever met a woman so bold? She sat on a servant's back just to show a colonizer who was boss. No. Then let me introduce you to Queen Nzinga of Nongo and Matamba, the Angolan legend who turned politics into power, and power into rebellion. Welcome to African Storytime with Rita, where African history isn't dusty, it's dangerously epic. We'd like you subscribe to this channel, like, comment and share to reach more people who love legend history. Let's rewind to the 1600s. The land we now call Angola was under threat. The Portuguese were coming in hot, enslaving people, seizing land, and pushing kings around like chess pieces. But then, Nzinga stepped into the room. Now here's the thing, Nzinga wasn't born queen. Her brother was king, and she was just the smart, sharp-tongued little sister. But oh, did she know how to command a room. In 1622, her brother sent her to negotiate peace with the Portuguese governor. And here's where it gets wild. Nzinga enters the governor's chamber. The Portuguese, in typical colonial arrogance, don't offer her a chair. Why? Because they didn't see her as an equal. But Nzinga, she was not about to bow. She signals to one of her attendants. And guess what he does? If you made it this far, that means you love legend history. Hit the like button, comment, fire, and subscribe. Let's continue. So what did the attendant does? He gets down on all fours, and Nzinga sits on his back like it's a golden throne. No chair. No problem. Nzinga was making it clear, you will treat me like a queen, because I am one. That meeting ended with a peace treaty. But don't get it twisted, Nzinga knew better than to trust colonizers with slippery promises. So, when the Portuguese broke their word, again, she transformed. From diplomat to warrior queen. She rallied her people, trained her army, and created alliances with former enemies. She even welcomed escaped slaves and refugees, building a multi-ethnic resistance empire. Oh, and get this. Nzinga led battles into her 60s. Spear in hand, armor on, riding into war like a boss. She didn't just sit in palaces giving orders. Nzinga was on the front lines. Fighting. Strategizing. Refusing to be conquered. And the Portuguese. They spent decades trying, and failing, to take her down. Eventually, after years of resistance, Nzinga negotiated on her terms. She secured peace. And before her death at 81, she made sure her kingdom would continue strong. But here's the part that makes my heart beat louder. If you made it this far, that means you love legend history. Hit the like button, comment, fire, and subscribe. Let's move. Long after she was gone, Portuguese colonizers started whispering among themselves. Nzinga's spirit is still here. Her name, it's dangerous. Because Nzinga didn't just rule a kingdom. She ruled a legacy. A legacy of resistance. A legacy of strategy. A legacy of a woman who refused to kneel. So now I ask you, what will you do when someone tries to take your power? Will you step back? Or sit tall, even if it means turning a servant into a throne? Phew. Queen energy, right? If you love this story, hit that like button like Nzinga hit colonial arrogance. Subscribe to African Storytime with Rita for more real stories of African heroes that deserve their crown. And drop a fire in the comments if Nzinga just made your list of favorite legends. Until next time. Remember, Africa has always had queens. You just haven't heard all their stories yet.